Good day, everyone. This is Mark Vello, and you're listening to Headline News. Ted Cruz will present oral arguments for the Texas case. Late Monday night, the Texas Attorney General filed a lawsuit in the Supreme Court against 4 swing states for being unconstitutional in the general election. Jordan Sekulow, a lawyer for the Trump team, said the U.S. Supreme Court has ordered a response to the Texas lawsuit. According to the New York Times, President Trump asked Senator Cruz if he would be willing to argue the case, and Cruz agreed to do so. Ted Cruz's spokeswoman, Lauren Aronson, confirmed the story to the Washington Examiner on Wednesday. In fact, 2 days before Texas filed its lawsuit to the Supreme Court, Ted Cruz announced on Fox News and social media that he'd be willing to argue the case if the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to take it up. He tweeted, "Because of the importance of the legal issues presented, I publicly urged #SCOTUS, short for Supreme Court of the United States, to hear the case brought by Congressman Mike Kelly, congressional candidate Sean Parnell, and state representative candidate Wanda Logan, challenging the constitutionality of the POTUS election results in Pennsylvania." He added, "The bitter division and acrimony we see across the nation needs resolution. I believe SCOTUS has a responsibility to the American people to ensure, within its powers, that we are following the law and following the Constitution." Ted Cruz holds a degree from Princeton University, a Juris Doctor degree from Harvard, is the longest-serving Texas Deputy Attorney General in Texas history, and is well-versed in the U.S. Constitution. Before joining the Senate in 2013, Cruz argued 9 times before the Supreme Court, in most cases as the Deputy Attorney General of Texas. Ted Cruz's offer to present an oral argument for the Pennsylvania election case has won him many praises. Some say this is the right way for a politician to behave, to do his best for the good of the country, like a true hero. Others commented that he is a true conservative, a true Christian, and truly loves America. He has also been very supportive of President Trump and is an admirable conservative. A person of that character gives hope to many. Additionally, Cruz has been commended as an excellent orator, a man of integrity with a strong sense of justice, a truly remarkable man. And finally, as one tweet puts it, "This is getting very interesting. This is a time for heroes, and we are witnessing history." The Texas lawsuit story is still developing, with at least 18 states joining against the 4 swing states as of Wednesday night. Trump's legal advisor, Jenna Ellis, tweeted that the president moves to intervene in the Texas Supreme Court case in his personal capacity as a candidate for the re-election as President of the United States. Ellis stated that President Trump is fully committed to election integrity and fulfilling his oath to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States against state officials' misconduct and violations of the law that irredeemably compromised this election. Pennsylvania governor diagnosed with CCP virus and quarantine at home. The governor of Pennsylvania is one of the defendants in Mike Kelly's lawsuit. On December 9th, Wolf tweeted that during a routine test on the 8th, he was tested positive with CCP virus. He is currently under quarantine at his home. Representative involved in love affair with CCP spy was protected by Pelosi. Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell, who still sits on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, had an affair with a female Chinese Communist Party spy. This has caused many representatives to worry about the U.S. national security. Senator Rick Scott sent a letter to Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, on December 9th, calling for Swalwell to resign immediately. As he said in the letter, Eric Swalwell should not have a seat on the House Intelligence Committee, and that he spent years promoting Russian disinformation to overthrow the president, when in reality he was just a pawn of the Chinese Communist government. In his letter to Pelosi, Scott said, "To protect national security, I urge you to immediately remove Representative Swalwell from his seat on the House Intelligence Committee. Nobody who has access to our nation's most confidential intelligence should be allowed to maintain contact at any time with the Chinese Communist Party, especially considering that General Secretary Xi is actively working to undermine and harm American interests. And we must all view this as a lesson that Communist China will stop at nothing to unseat the United States as the world's superpower." House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy held the same opinion. He even questioned Pelosi why someone like Eric Swalwell was allowed to be in the top U.S. intelligence agency. He said that Swalwell should be removed not only from Intel, but also from Congress. But Swalwell was underwritten by Speaker Pelosi, and Pelosi's spokesman said in a statement to the media that the Speaker has full confidence in Congressman Swalwell's service in Congress and on the Intelligence Committee. The statement also said that Swalwell is expected to remain on the committee when the next session of Congress begins next January. Swalwell was appointed to the House Intelligence Committee by Pelosi in 2015. The committee had led the Russian investigation into President Trump. For 4 years, President Trump was accused of being a Russian operative, McEnany said in a statement on Wednesday. "It's absolutely, breathtakingly remarkable that the entity under control of a foreign power was the Democrats, including Eric Swalwell," she said, then points out that the Democrats were accusing the right of doing something they were doing all along. Other representatives joined McCarthy in urging Swalwell's removal from the committee or his resignation. Representative Doug Collins tweeted, "He should resign from the House Intelligence Committee immediately. Our national security is at stake." Representative Rick Crawford added, "As a member of the House Select Committee on Intelligence, Eric Swalwell has access to highly classified national security materials. He has been compromised by at least one China Communist Party operative. He must be removed from House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence immediately." Where does the Zuckerbergs' big funding flow? This year, the Zuckerbergs gave $350 million to the so-called nonpartisan nonprofit organization Center for Technology and Civic Life, CTCL. Scott Walter, president of the Capital Research Center, CRC, in Washington, D.C., argued in a December 7th published article on the CRC's website that the Zuckerberg-funded campaign contributions distributed by the CTCL have had a clear partisan effect in Georgia. Walter's article says that the $350 million provided by a left-leaning Zuckerberg to CTCL was redistributed to thousands of U.S. election officials. In a testimony to the Georgia Senate on December 4th, Mr. Walters said, "Georgia's numbers are shocking. The CRC studied Georgia's use of campaign contributions and found the following facts. 1. 9 of the 10 largest known grants from CTCL went to counties where Biden won. 2. 9 of the 10 counties with the largest vote shift to Democratic candidates received CTCL grants compared to 2016. 3. CTCL funded 70% of the 33 counties that Biden won. 4. Of the total votes cast in all 44 counties funded by CTCL, the Democratic presidential candidate jumped by 530,000 votes, which is more than 2.5 times the Republican increase. Mr. Walter argued, CTCL's donation in Georgia, which has a clear partisan effect, should be investigated by the authorities in Georgia and Washington. Some states have banned this kind of funding, he told the senator of Georgia. Capital Research Center argues that the Center for Technology and Civic Life is self-packaged as a non-profit, nonpartisan civic group, but in reality it is a group of Democratic operatives using left-of-center donations to maximize the use of irregular voting methods to elect Biden. Trudeau invited Chinese troops to train at Canadian military bases. Chinese spies have penetrated the United States, and in Canada, the situation is equally worrying. According to the Gateway Pundit website, Canadian right-wing political and social commentary media website Rebel News has obtained documents proving that the Canadian Trudeau government helped the Chinese troops conduct cold weather training for Canadian Forces colleges and military facilities. When Rebel asked for records corroborating a report that Canada had sent a delegation for the 70th anniversary celebration of the China's People's Liberation Army (PLA) Navy in 2019, they obtained an edited document. However, the document was not edited correctly, and the painted text is still legible. The 34-page documents that normally would have been completely blacked out by government censors were instead grayed out. It is self-defeating that their mistake made the documents remain completely readable. This secret document shows that the United States opposed Canada's decision to train the Chinese Communist troops, but Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau ignored the United States opposition, claiming that it was only opposed by the Trump administration, and that the other Five Eyes alliance countries did not express concern. In addition, the documents show that Trudeau had sent Canadian armed forces to China to participate in a publicity show. The founders of Rebel News explained their important discovery in a video. They pointed out that even after the hostile country kidnapped two Canadian citizens, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, the Canadian government still chose to train Chinese commanders. This concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for your time, and stay tuned for the next Headline News.